Good afternoon. In today's class, we will see how to solve linear homogeneous recurrence relations with constant coefficients. So, first and foremost, the basic approach to solve them is we have to look for the solutions of the form an is equal to r power n, where r is a constant. Okay, so an is equal to r power n is a solution of the recurrence relation. If suppose our recurrence relation is given as follows, an is equal to c1 an minus 1 plus c2 an minus 2 plus and so on ck an minus k, and then our solution will be given in the form if and only if instead of an we will replace it with r power n is equal to c1. Instead of this an minus 1, I'll replace it with r power n minus 1 plus c2 r power n minus 2 plus and so on ck r power n minus k. So each and every time we are replacing our a term with the r term in power in terms of exponents. Okay. So now when both sides of this equation are divided by r power n minus k, we will get r power k minus, so let me just explain it by using the whiteboard. So if I am dividing both sides of the equation, so this equation r power n is equal to c1 r power n minus 1 plus c2 r power n minus 2 plus and so on ck r power n minus k. Now for this equation I am dividing it on both sides by r power n minus k. When I divide r power n divide it with r power n minus k on both the sides, here I will get r power n by r. So let me just write it, a power m by a power n will give me a power m minus n. So r power n by r power n minus k will simply give me r power k is equal to c1 r power k minus 1, and each time will get cancelled, plus c2 r power k minus 2 plus and so on ck minus 1 r. So I am writing the previous term. So over here, I'll write it in this case also. So on the term before this will be ck minus 1 r power n minus k minus 1. Okay, so n minus k minus 1, or we can even write it as n minus k minus 1. So when we divide it by r power n minus k plus 1 actually, so it will be c of k minus 1 c of k minus 1 into r plus c power k. So r power n minus k and r power n minus k will get cancelled. Now all these terms on this side have to be moved to the left side. So RHS is being completely moved to the left hand side. So we will get r power k minus c1 r power k minus 1 plus c2 r power k minus 2. Actually here it will be minus, and then again all the terms will become negative since we are moving it to the other side, minus c power minus ck, the constant ck is equal to 0. So the sequence an with an is equal to r power n is a solution if and only if r is a solution of this last equation. Okay, and this characteristic equation, this equation is known as the characteristic equation. Characteristic equation of the recurrence relation given. As we will see, these recurrence relations can be, and the solution for this characteristic equation, so the solution of the characteristic equation are called the characteristic roots of the equation. So when we find the roots of the equation, those are called as the characteristic roots of the recurrence relation. Okay, so we will see that the characteristic roots can be used to give explicit formula. So we will find some formula. So the first is the theorem based on this characteristic roots. So this is the first theorem or the first formula based on the characteristic roots. So what is the theorem 1? So let C1 and C2 be the real numbers, and suppose our equation, so C1 and C2 are constants and our characteristic equation is in the form R square minus C1R minus C2 is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation that we have got, and this equation has two distinct roots. It has two distinct roots. What are the roots? They are denoted with R1 and R2. Then the sequence, our recurrence relation sequence AN is a solution of the recurrence relation AN. So what is our recurrence relation? It will be in this form. If we have two roots, then we will get two previous terms. So C1 AN minus 1 plus C2 AN minus 2. If and only if, so the solution for this sequence is given as AN is equal to alpha R1 power n plus beta R2 power n. For n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on, where these where alpha and beta are constant. Okay. Once again, let me summarize it for you. So over here, we have the recurrence relation or the sequence AN. Okay, AN is given as C1 AN minus 1 plus C2 AN minus 2. Now, whenever we have if the next term in terms of the two previous terms, then we will get the characteristic equation also a quadratic equation, that is R square minus C1R plus minus C2 is equal to 0. What are C1 and C2? C1 and C2 are two real numbers which are constants. Now, when it is of this form, when we get a characteristic equation of this form, and then for this characteristic equation, these are the characteristic roots. Okay, the roots for this quadratic equation are R1 and R2. Then the solution for your problem AN will be given as AN is equal to alpha R1 power n plus beta R2 power n. In the textbook, we will have alpha 1 and alpha 2. So alpha and beta are anyway constant. So you can take any of the constants. You can even take x, y, y, z, p, q. It does not matter because these are constants. Now, based on this, let's solve a problem. The question is, what is the solution of the recurrence relation what is the solution of the recurrence relation AN is equal to AN minus 1 plus 2AN minus 2 with, we will also be given initial conditions. So with A0 is equal to 2 and A1 is equal to 7. Now, we have been given the recurrence relation as this: AN is equal to AN minus 1 plus 2AN minus 2, and A0 and A1 are also given. So first and foremost, we have to convert this recurrence relation into what kind of equation? We have to convert it into characteristic equation. So to convert it into characteristic equation, replace AN, let me write this step, replace AN with R power n, and subsequently AN minus 1 with R power n minus 1 and AN minus 2 with R power n minus 2. So in this case, and also move all the right hand side terms to the left hand side. We will get R power n minus R power n minus 1 minus 2R power n minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, what is the next step? The next step is divide this equation with R power n minus 2. when you divide this equation with r power n minus 2, r power n by r power n minus 2, let me write it over here. A power m by n is equal to a power m minus n. R power n minus of plus 2, so we will get r square. So this is written as r square minus r minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, after that, here we are supposed to find the roots. So this equation that we have got is the characteristic equation. This is the characteristic equation. Now we are supposed to find the characteristic roots. So what are the roots of the equation? It can be written as r plus 1 into r minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So, or you can even use the formula which is minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. Either this formula or you can directly factorize it. Now, what are the values of r1 and r2? The values of r1 and r2 are as follows. r1 will be equal to minus 1 and r2 will be equal to 2. Now, the sequence an is a solution to the recurrence relation if and only if we get it in this form. So the formula, if you remember from the previous theorem, was an is equal to alpha r1 power n plus beta r2 power n. So let me write it over here. an is equal to alpha r1 power n plus beta r2 power n. Now, instead of r1 and r2, we will substitute the values of the r1 and r2. So, minus 1 power n plus beta 2 power n. All right. So, now this is your equation 1. Okay. This is the general solution and this is the equation. And what are these alpha and beta? They are some constants alpha and beta. Now, after that, once we have this, we have been given the initial condition. What were the initial condition? A0 was 2 and A1 was 7. So let's substitute the values of the initial condition in our equation that we have written as equation 1. So this was our equation 1 from our earlier slide. So over here, this is our equation 1. So in this equation, substitute n is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1. So when we substitute n is equal to 0, what is the value of A0? It is 2. 2 is equal to alpha 1 into 2 power 0. Oh, I'm sorry, let me just replace it with alpha and beta since I usually use. So an is equal to, let me write it from here, alpha into minus 1 power n plus beta into 2 power n. Now substitute n is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1. So A0 will be alpha into minus 1 power 0 plus beta into 2 power 0 and A1 will be alpha into minus 1 power 1 plus beta into 2 power 1. So this will give us the equations. What is the value of A0? 2 is equal to alpha plus beta, since minus 1 power 0 and 2 power 0 is 1, and A1 is given as 7. 7 is equal to minus alpha plus 2 beta. Okay. Now when we solve these two equations, these are equations 2 and 3. Solve equations 2 and 3 to find the value of alpha and beta. Solve 2 and 3. So when we solve 2 and 3, we will get alpha is equal to, so alpha is equal to minus 1 and beta is equal to 3, I believe. Let's solve it. So over here, alpha and minus alpha will get cancelled. 3 beta is equal to 9. So beta will be equal to 3. Okay, so and we can substitute over in this equation and we will get alpha is equal to minus 1. Now, What is the solution to the recurrence relation? You have to substitute the values of alpha and beta in this equation. So let me write it. An is equal to alpha into minus 1 power n. So instead of alpha, we are supposed to write the value of alpha. So over here, we will write minus 1 into minus 1 power n plus beta is 3 into 2 power n. So minus 1 into minus 1 power n, or even we can write it as an is equal to 3 into 2 power n minus of minus 1 whole power n. So let me just write it clearly over here. The final solution to the recurrence relation with the initial condition given is an is equal to 3 into 2 power n minus 1 power n. So this is the solution to the recurrence relation. Let's look at the theorem a bit more clearly. So C1 and C2 are the real numbers, and we have the characteristic equation as r square minus C1r minus C2 is equal to 0, where the roots are r1 and r2. Then the sequence that we have an, it is the solution of the recurrence relation. An is equal to C1 an minus 1. So this is the recurrence relation that is defined. For that, the solution is given as an is equal to, this is alpha r1 power n plus beta r2 power n. N should be always greater than or equal to 0, or even you can write it as n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. And a1 and a2 are constants. I'm sorry, here it will be alpha and beta are constants. Now based on this, the example that I've already solved, here it is a bit clearer. So the recurrence relation is given as follows: an is equal to an minus 1 plus 2an minus 2. And these are the initial conditions. Initial condition is a0 is equal to 2 and a1 is equal to 7. Then what we do generally is we replace an with r power n. So we have replaced r power n is equal to r power n minus 1 plus 2r n per n minus 2. Now to this equation, we divide it by the smallest r power term, so r power n minus 2, and then we get the resulting equation as r square is equal to r plus 2, which can be written as r square minus r minus 2 is equal to 0. Now using the theorem, we know that what are our C1 and C2 are the constants, they are 1 and 2. This is not really important, we just need to find the characteristic equation which is given over here. Now for this equation, you have to find the roots of this equation. What is R1 and what is R2? So R1 and R2 are as follows. So anyway, you can take R1 as 2 or you can take it as minus 1. That is both of the numbers can be taken vice versa also. Now after that, we have to use our theorem. What was the theorem? An is equal to alpha r1 power n plus beta r2 power n. This is very, very important. When is this? When the roots are real and distinct. Roots are real and also they are distinct. In that case, we have this an is equal to alpha into 2 power n plus beta into minus 1 power n. What is this 2 power n? This is here r1 and this is here r2. Alright. Now after that, to find a1 and to find your alpha and beta, solve the equations for the initial conditions a0 and a1. So we have a0 and a1 already. a0 is given as 2, a1 is given as 7. So basically in our this equation, which is our equation 1, what we do is we substitute n is equal to 0, substitute n is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1. So once we substitute n is equal to 0, we get this equation, which is alpha plus beta is equal to 2. And when we substitute n is equal to 1, we get 2 alpha minus beta is equal to 7. So in the earlier, I have taken 2 as my R2 and minus 1 is R1. You can take any of it, it is okay, alright. Similarly, we get these pair of equations. So here, instead of alpha being minus 1, we got alpha is equal to 3. both the solutions are correct. Understand that both the solutions are correct. Both of them are constants and we don't need to worry whether alpha is 3 or beta is 3. Both of them are correct. So alpha is 3 and beta is minus 1. So to find the solution, we get an is equal to 3 into 2 power n minus of minus 1 power n. So this is the final solution. We substitute the alpha and beta values in this equation and we are getting our final solution. Alright. So this concludes the first approach where the roots are real and distinct. So this is your theorem 1. Similarly, we will have with two roots, we will have one more theorem. So we will see that in the next lecture.